This one's on Erica Weibe. She's one of only 3 Canadians ever to win gold at the Olympics in wrestling. And she's really good, so let's watch. She's on the left right now. Really what you want to pick up from wrestling is hand fighting. See, she's shot into that single leg so quick. And she's wrestling to get her opponent down. Gets her to turtle, flattens her out. Obviously, the rules for wrestling are different than jiu-jitsu, but there's still a lot that you can learn from it. And really watch the tie-ups. She's really good at pulling on the head. You always just want to watch how wrestlers kind of enter for their takedowns. Like I mentioned, the hand fighting. See, she goes collar tie, tricep grip. And now she's pulling on her, and she shoots like a high crotch, takes the single leg, and then turns the corner to get her opponent down. This is a different clip. Just watch her positioning on this one. She's on the left this time in red. And a good grappler is just never out of position. She's just constantly in her stance. Again, different rules. I'm not exactly sure the scoring, but boom, her opponent shoots in. She just shakes it off. She didn't have to commit to a sprawl or do anything crazy. Watch again. Boom, shoots in. She blocks it with her arms and then controls the head. She's not having to do anything crazy. It's really energy efficient way to defend. One more time. Boom, she shoots in. Just it's like she's running into a brick wall. Very, very good defensive hips and hand positioning. And then she circles around to the back. Watch that same sequence again. Watch how she just never leaves her stance. She doesn't have to move too far when her opponent shoots. This is ideal if they shoot on the double. If you can catch it with your arms, just kind of absorb it and not have to commit to a full sprawl, because sprawling really takes you out of position. And she's just really good with the tie-up, so her opponent's not able to get any meaningful penetration with the shot. She just kind of keeps shaking her off. That time she had to sprawl, and immediately she circled to the back. There's a really cool single leg finish in this one. She shoots the single, or shoots the high crotch, basically like she did in the first clip. See, she's tying up her opponent's arm, pinning it to her chest. She's pulling on the triceps, pulling on the elbows, pulling on the head. Always in good position. Shoots the high crotch, and then watch, she's on the single. Tries to run the pipe. Her opponent's bouncing around, so look, she's going to reach between her legs, grab the foot, and hike that foot up. I've shown this single leg attack many times. Her opponent obviously has real good balance, but boom, kicks her leg out, gets her points, I think. Watch again. So good stance, always grip fighting and hand fighting. Shoots. Opponent has good balance. She makes sure that she has good control of the leg first. She's real tight. She goes for it. She doesn't feel like it's there yet. She's really focusing on the control. Just like jiu-jitsu, you need to control your opponent before you can actually execute the attack. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So she really made sure she had to hold that leg, and it worked successfully. This one's more good hand fighting and a good front headlock. So they lock up here, tie up, collar tie, elbow. And now Erica gets the front headlock, standing front headlock. Jiu-jitsu, you see a lot of people attack guillotines from here. She tried to snap her down, didn't work. But she still has so much control just over the head that her opponent is just forced to defend. She can't do anything offensive. She has to focus on getting her head out. She gets her head free, and then she snatches up that single leg and chases her down. So very nice chaining of attacks. Focused on the front headlock, and she knows that her opponent's going to be kind of at a balance when she pops her head free, so she just goes immediately into chasing the single leg and then puts her down and then immediately controls the hips. Last one, this time she has to counter her opponent. She's on the right this time. Goes with that collar tie again. Now her opponent snaps her down. She gets Erica in the front headlock, but see how Erica's posted on her left foot? She doesn't have both knees on the mat, and that's going to let her secure her opponent's arm and hit that switch to start taking her opponent's back. Very nice. If she stayed on both knees, she wouldn't be able to counter at all. She'd just be stuck. But she's got that left foot up, and that lets her drive that right leg forward and lift her head up. And then she hits that switch very nicely.